almost Happy New Year. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode 78. I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Well, Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
Very fast spinny discs of music that we don't want to listen to. Wrong 78.
Spinny discs.
As well as a $14,000 1990 Isuzu Trooper.
Oh, my goodness. Details, please.
The darndest thing, just curiously looking up old sport utes, since those have shot up in price. And this particular example in Statesville is a fine example. With 230,000 miles on the body and 20K on a crate motor, it's underwent...
Is it Jasper motor? Remember those?
Yeah, I remember my neighbor had an 81 Regal that had one. Like, hell if I know who or what Jasper is, except for one of the bad guys from 101 Dalmatians.
He was actually. You know how long it's been since I've actually seen that?
1961.
Longer than I care to admit. It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, Steve, what...
Well, I made up my Cruella de Vil song.
If reading doesn't stop her...
Nothing else will.
Well, in honor of the $14,000 Iron Maiden mobile, what are we drinking today?
Let's see. We got us a Jameson Stout Edition whiskey finished in craft beer barrels. So this is a reverse barrel aging process. What's going on here?
They played Uno and the car and had the reverse card, so
nice.
Jameson had to do it in craft beer barrels.
So this is the 8D Brewing finished in 8D stout beer barrels. Caskmates series is a result of a collaboration with our neighbors, because at 8D Brewing. They borrow our casks to age their fine Irish stout, and we then finish our signature whiskey in those stout seasoned oak barrels. The result? The classic smoothness of Jameson with notes of coffee, chocolate, and butterscotch. This sounds incredible.
It really does. It got rave reviews on Whiskey Tribe on YouTube. It's either Whiskey Tribe or Whiskey Vault. I think they changed the name of it. Same two guys. They're very enjoyable to listen to and watch, so I would recommend them. That was very, very highly recommended.
And this having been from 8D Brewhouse, it weighs in at 8T proof.
Oh, I don't think that was an accident, Steve. Well, besides that...
else diluted if you got it?
Yeah,
no.
we'll start with this and then go to the next. Ooh.
It smells nice.
Okay.
That tastes nice.
Okay, that's brilliant. I might bring that tomorrow to let your missus try it.
I think she's gonna like the way she looks.
Yeah, that's mighty fine there, Clark. What else did you bring? Or I brought this. What did you bring?
My contribution to today's war effort was the aptly named Lagunitas Super Cluster Ale to end a super cluster of a year.
Oh, Jesus.
These are 8% ABV beers for $10 for a 6-pack.
And that's where?
Thanks, Evil Arkansas.
Yep. I haven't been to Evil Arkansas in 10 years. I've not been in there.
That is currently my diet, is their food on clearance.
I'm a man of principle, so I can't... They treated my sister like horse shit for over a decade, so I can't really...
I had a completely mediocre run as a Sam's Club tire monkey for 2.5 years.
I imagine that was probably a better job than being a zone manager, making... you're over... It was like jewelry, shoes, women's clothing, and then like another department.
She would have been
$12 an hour.
I was making the same money, just getting covered in brake dust.
Yeesh.
Well, they provide a uniform, so it didn't matter.
Give us one of those, and then I'll tell you about the two gifts I got from our friends Richard, and then Richard gave me this from Pour 64, and also from Pour 64 we had Sandy and Dale. They gave me a comic book story of beer, the world's favorite beverage from 7000 BC to today's craft brewing revolution.
Ew.
It is a beer comic book. Look at this. Like, it's a comic book, and it tells the story of beer in comic book form. And you know I'm not a comic book guy, but this might be my conduit to it.
There you go.
It's a wonderful time for a beer. You guys are pals. We appreciate you guys, man.
Wonderful time for a beer.
with the hot missile blowing, and well, I don't know the words. Oh, but this is from the inaugural season of the Hornets. Buzz, if you love the Hornets.
That's what
Yep.
I thought it was. So that's from 1988.
Yeah, it says 89, so it might have been the second year, but it's fucking almost as old as I am.
It's still got First Union stamped on it.
Yeah.
That was prior to Wacalaurvia absorbing them and then being absorbed by Wells Fargo.
And the building that has the hump in it, that was the tallest building in North Carolina at the time, because
Prior
that was Bank
to
of America.
Nations Bank Tower.
Nations Bank was 92 when it was built, and it is still the tallest building from Atlanta to Philadelphia.
I kept thinking it would be Atlanta to D.C. Okay.
It's all the way. It's taller than anything in D.C. proper.
All right.
So $10 for an 8%er.
Yeah. Apparently marked down from $10.47 to $9.98. The savings.
Ready? 1, 2. Not even close. But there's others. Yes.
Katink.
It's so anticlimactic.
Yep.
There is no reason that should be that good or that smooth.
That good, that smooth, that cheap.
At 8%. Yeah.
And that strong.
Yeah, at 8%.
Oh my.
Did you see? Have you been on FaceTube today?
No.
As quoted by me, the blue whale's anus can stretch to 3.5 feet, making it the second largest asshole in the world, right behind Mitch McConnell.
I've seen that once before, courtesy of a buddy of mine in Raleigh, and it's never not funny.
Yep. I can't take credit for it, but...
Evil, evil turtle.
Oh, Jesus. And, so, this trooper, there's no way it's worth that much money.
No.
It's not even close to being worth that much money. No. There's a reason you don't see those, and you see Cherokees everywhere. You don't even see the first Explorers anymore. But you still see Cherokees.
Yep. Part next one today. It was a later Model XJ.
Nice. What color?
Light blue.
I like that light blue color a lot. I wish mine would have been that color. Might have still had it. Maybe not. I don't know.
You kept playing with the idea of repainting it. How hard could it be to find another one?
That
yeah, in that good a shape.
Well,
another two-wheel drive one, probably.
Yeah.
The running joke being the four-wheel drive ones keep getting destroyed by new drivers.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be opposed to a four-wheel drive one now that I have four-wheel drive. It is actually nice in the mountains, but you get better gas mileage in the two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Can't imagine
a fewer moving parts.
Much.
I don't live in Boone. I don't need a Subaru.
Well, Steve, I've got. Do you have any new stuff from the world of Carvana or Carvana?
Still tentative new job, but nothing's materialized yet. But we've got some new people on board, and that's made my life much easier there. I've kind of gone from being inspector to go document whatever's wrong with the cars to actively preventing what's wrong with them, that things rolling in with dealer emblems stamped on them and like things are extra dirty, just basically having to keep us from sending it back to detail that should have taken care of this in the first place. So same complaint, different month. It's just been more of that.
Well, excluding dude who quit, the turnover's not been horrible, has it?
In my department, no. We lost... Most recently, one of the leads, after doing an abysmal job of leading Monday, 20-year-old skater kid. So I don't know how he could have possibly been in this position in the first place, since he was hardly manager material, but like the guy, but as far as a manager, no. Mismanaged Monday so badly in the absence of the other one. He just rage quit yesterday morning upon getting chewed about it.
Yeah. So he was a skater boy, and he said to you, "Later,
See you
boy."
Later, boy.
I've wanted to before, but I've put so many years in now. Now I just bite my tongue and shut up about it, and then leave early and not tell anybody. It's been quite a year.
Does the rest of your department have everything in control? Super. Luckily you've got a good crew with what you do.
Oh my God.
Whatever you do.
Speaking of that, there's a new store opening, I think, around Wesley Chapel. And there is a rumor that...
Is that out near Whitewater Center?
No.
Oh, no. What? Oh, I was thinking Morris Chapel Road. Not Wesley Chapel, like Weddington-ish.
Yeah,
South
basically Weddington.
Union County-ish.
Yeah, they are going to need an experienced produce manager who is very strong. So guess who the leading candidate probably will be to be asked to go to the brand new store.
How much can they sweeten the deal? Because then you would actually have a commute. Because that would be, 40 minutes from here?
Google Maps says 27 minutes. So it's actually not terrible.
Okay.
I guess depending on where in Wesley Chapel the store is. But yeah, that would actually be a commute. So they would actually have to make it worth my while.
Yeah.
And which means it would have to be over top pay, because if they made me top pay, it'd only be like a 70-cent raise, which for doubling my commute is not really worth it to me.
You kind of like where and who you're with.
I do.
Customers excluded.
Oh my God, man. It just gets worse and worse every fucking day.
Every day it's this Randall from Clerks. This shall be great more for fucking customers.
I wish they would let me wear a mask that said that on it. But Christ. Well, the Lagunitas is a super cluster ale, is super clucking delicious. And as it was Jameson, maybe 2021 won't be so bad after all.
Send this one off in style. Went to Pull Apart yesterday. Since Monday, I skipped Saucer since my folks were going to be in town after having a tour of the Flatlands. Or Foothills and Flatlands, anyway.
Flathills.
Christmas morning, my brother-in-law lost his grandfather at 88 to a stroke. So the funeral was in Lenore, and this was Monday afternoon. Sunday night, they dropped me a line saying, "Hey, we'll be in town tomorrow." Could we be in town to meet up? Sure. We missed seeing them over Christmas with Josh's grandfather, having been in the hospital.
Right.
So, sure, had gift exchange, fixed up some food at the house, had a blast as having second Christmas.
And it wasn't COVID?
No, he'd had a stroke,
okay.
And just didn't fare well after that. I'm pretty sure anyone in anything medical is going to be in rough shape. I've had now 2 uncles that have been in hospital for various other things and now have proven positive.
Well, our friend,
if these guys have been lifelong smokers too. It's if this doesn't kill them, nothing will.
Basically, yes. But everybody has a different health. I had COVID and I was, health, and other people will have a stroke and then they'll come back to normal, and then some people never recover. Everybody's different.
Dave in particular has had several bypasses and 2 heart attacks.
Holy shit.
He's 76 now, and it's just too tough to die. It's pretty much going to be what's going on with him.
Too rare to live. Too weird to die.
Thanks, Hunter.
That was your first plate, wasn't it?
No, that was 4th, maybe.
It's still a good one.
Yeah. But they're in town, and to go about all this gallivanting across the state, they're in Dad's car, the 06 Camry, which is at 280,000 miles.
And
so I was showing him the ins and outs of what's going on with my car and what to do with wheels and parts and things.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows me in his car that the cup holder that has a little flap that goes over it, the hinge broke. So he's curious, hey, can you find this? How hard could it be? Look up the part on eBay. $50.
Just for the hinge or the whole assembly?
Just for the whole, just the whole cup holder assembly thing. So yesterday after work, it's nice out, unlike today when it's negative 38. What the fire truck?
Yeah, and windy. That's the worst part too. I can take cold and I can take windy.
Yeah,
don't like the
together,
mixture.
Not so much.
No.
Go to Pull Apart and look up where all the mid-opt Camrys are, so an 02 to 06 would fit. As well as found an 04 Solara that might have had the part that fit, except that was broken, and discovered that car wasn't even on the lot. There are no Solaras on the Pull Apart website, so invented a new game in the process. Find the car on the yard, not on the website.
I wonder if it was listed
to see fit.
As a Camry coupe.
Didn't see an 04 Camry in there. They had 02, 03, and 06.
Because it was originally called Camry Solara, right?
Yeah, that was the first gen.
Okay.
The much better looking one. The melted bar of soap was the second gen from
Yikes.
02 to 06 or 08, whenever they finally killed it.
You know, you should have jokingly went to Lowe's and got like a 75-cent drawer hinge. Here you go. Found it. It's a direct fit.
I didn't spend a whole lot more on these. That found 2 cars with functioning hinged cup holders that had already been removed. I brought along some tools, and in case I find something to pluck it apart.
Yep.
No, they were already loose. So this couldn't have been easier. I got there at 4:50. They stopped taking people at 5, and checkout closed at 5:30. So I didn't have long. So I wasn't able to burn more time and try to find your imaginary hood prop rod latch thing. Found a few possible cars that maybe would have fit, but just ran out of time.
I'm going to try
Saturday.
Saturday.
But they were running a half-off sale on trim items. And this being cup holder type thing, that qualifies. I'm pretty sure she rang me up for 1 instead of 2. And at half off, $2 admission plus parts, I was out of there for $5.37.
Better than 50.
They are filthy.
Yeah.
But I can remedy that. I learned a thing, unlike the folks in detail.
Are they leather covered?
No, it's just black plastic. This will be super easy to clean up.
Yeah, or refinish.
One even had the whole bezel on it, so
okay,
shifter, e-brake, cup holder thing attached to it, and one was just a loose cup holder. So just made out with all that. So hey, if the next one breaks, hey, here's the spare.
You said 07 Camry?
06. So it was like 02 to 06. So the blobby one.
Yeah, not a great looking car, but much like the Energizer Bunny.
They can't all be the mid-90s ones that were the best looking ones because they look like Maximas at the time.
Oh, of course, the best looking ones. So I was trying to get a picture of the interior trim just so I could kind of get an idea of what you're talking about. Okay, I got you. That assembly.
Yeah.
I was thinking a leather cover that you pull up.
No, I entertained the idea of seeing if a Lexus of similar vintage would have worked, but they didn't have anything new enough. That was all 93 to 2000. There was another Camry there wearing the BBS wheels I've always wanted, but they're 18s. I don't want to put 18s on this car. I learned that with the last one, that 18s do not ride well on Charlotte roads on such a small car.
18s don't ride well on anybody's roads in such a small car. I forgot how much that interior looks like the late 90s Civic interiors.
Yeah.
It's almost a spitting image. That's
it just works. Like, there's nothing fancy, but it just works.
Well, the design language in the mid 90s to probably the mid 2000s, most of the cars had all the instrumentation very up high on the dash. That shit went way gone now. It's just all over the place. But I like the Jeep's interior. Like the air conditioning vents are at the top and the controls are at the bottom. It's flipped on the new ones. The air conditioning vents, the JLs have the air conditioning vents lower, and then the controls up higher. So changing stuff just to change it, not necessarily for the better.
Maybe. I hadn't even noticed that much along the way. But it's just real funny seeing the same head units, the same control bits, cross platforms, cross brands, cross whatever, that trying to get the hang of how this is. Take one look at an older stereo. I was like, well, that's certainly not going to have a backup camera or nav at all.
Nope. Well, the bad part about the Cherokees was it's a 1.5 DIN. So
anything aftermarket would have to be
either cut and make it double, or
have a single DIN with a little cubby hole, or just dumb panel.
I hate the way that
somewhere
looks.
I gave you the old stereo, the Vibe.
Not a clue where the shit that is.
Don't know, don't care.
Okay.
It's a MP3 CD player. It was nothing fancy, and now your Jeep does what that does, and you don't have to do anything about it.
I'm pretty sure that radio went in one of the boxes that had the S2000 stuff. So that when a guy probably open that box. What the fuck is this doing?
Oh, that'd be amazing if he thinks that's supposed to go with it. And, like, winds up like trying to swap it out. Like, I really want MP3 CD capability at the least. So, I can at least have. Hell, the first MP3 CD player was Colin's old one I had in the Camry before I got the Tacoma.
Jesus.
So that would have been before mid-05.
I forgot you guys grew up together. He still has no interest in being.
I don't think he's doing like really anything except work in Microsoft Flight Sim.
He's doing that? Is he trying to get like a license? Or?
He's always been interested.
Interesting. Well, what better year? Not a whole lot of air traffic going on anyway. So if you wanted,
bumped into the old Pitney Tech from old job.
Really?
And he said that like he's like flying around for doing work for Pitney now.
Mm-hmm.
He said in early quarantine times, flight was amazing. Get the whole aisle to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's back to sardine, so it's kind of awful. But for a while there, air travel was real nice, and it's all on the company dime.
Yeah, I mean,
in other news of old job,
mm-hmm.
they're going to be shutting Charlotte down.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was major. It's like, hell, nobody listening to this is going to be privy to any of this shit. But,
well, 3 years longer than you thought, anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah, apparently the remit side might stay open, like the processing payments, but the print end of it is going points elsewhere with the big takeover 2, 3, 4 years ago, whenever whoever bought us, and then we had to like rebrand again to some less stupid name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Regulus was a stupid name.
Hey, at least that also is a cruise missile. Transcentra was the worst. And
that's bad.
Excella, it sounded nice. We didn't Excella at anything.
Excella sounds like one of those horrible like menstrual commercials that you see. Try it. You can go kayaking and you can do all that shit before. Like
that reminds me of the joke of two little boys going through the checkout line at the drugstore, and older brother's buying his little brother some tampons, and the clerk's like, "Yes, I'll sell you these, but why do you need them?" It's like, "Oh, well, Timmy can't run, bike, or swim, and according to the ads, this will help him be able to do that."
I do approve. Steve, should we do the news for number 78?
In other things I'm not buying, an 03 Tundra.
Another one. You know, one's going to end up at your house eventually.
Oh, totally.
And
I'm totally
going to
keeping
be
that.
Furious.
Oh, she's totally gung-ho for me finding a truck. Like,
Really?
once we can afford such a thing, it's a usable thing, especially once we buy a house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not opposed to it. It's just, don't go burn all the money on it.
I mean, you want on a T100. It's not...
The T100 is impossible to find in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, I don't know about the last of them, but probably would be lacking a second airbag. Probably wouldn't be that practical.
Hey.
First gen Tundra, though,
Yeah.
the 05s and 06s had the 4.0 with a 6-speed.
Oh,
This being
yeah.
an 03, living in Winston-Salem, 3.4, 5-speed, 210 for 6,400 because truck market is dumb right now. But probably would have been a better option than the 99B 4000 I almost talked about in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always looking. And that seems like the least terrible idea.
Just like in Boondock, when it's like a 7-Eleven, you're not always doing business, but you're always open. I'm kind of like, I'm like that too. But.
Yeah, or just... I'm not a sports guy. You like your football, but like looking up random shit on cars is my sports replacement.
Well,
and always has been.
I like football. I love basketball. But now I actually get to watch pro basketball again. So there is that. They actually did it right, not travel. They do the... Well, they're doing the bubble. No, they're not having fans, but like back when COVID happened, they all went to Orlando, and they all had everybody's games were in Orlando. And you had to get tested, and you had to stay in the same hotel. You couldn't leave.
Instead of NFL is the National Flu League right now. Like, every team has somebody out for something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And you know what? My blood pressure's been so much better not watching football because I get let down all the time. And it's never gently. You finished that mighty quickly, Steve. You must have enjoyed it.
I did. Should have taken an ice and whoops.
I feel like most Irish whiskeys kind of just go down the smoothest of all of them.
Between the Irish and the Canadian, yes.
Now, I do prefer bourbon because I like the different flavors, but boy, if you really want to get fucked and pissed, and you'd be hard pressed to find a worse one than a Jameson or any kind of Irish whiskey.
Hell, even the Kirkland 4-year I had whenever ago I bought in Charleston was fantastic, and the guy there said that I was going to be ceasing production. That was 2 years ago. I don't know how long it would take for Costco's stockpiles to dry up. Well, but, this dumb state, you can't buy them there, and there's not yet a Costco in Fort Rock Hill Mill.
Oh,
I'm just waiting on the day for the Tybola store to move south of the border for that very purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I'm just making this up as I go, and I like the stories I'm making up.
Steve, Untapped's top beer check-in for the third straight year was
PBR.
Guinness.
Nice.
I didn't expect that at all. I thought it was going to be...
Kalen got me a PBR shirt.
Really?
Like, cool. A Rolling Rock shirt would have been more inappropriate, appropriate, whatever appropriate.
Appropriate. I could have swore the number one check-in would probably have been something like American and douchey, but...
well, now macro. There's that brewery in Baltimore, so technically...
Well, this is Guinness proper.
Yeah.
Not. By the way, we're gonna have that Lagunitas Willet in the rye barrels next. I took that to Brian's house, and we got fucking nice on Christmas Eve.
Shoused.
Oh my goodness, it just kept flowing. Steve, Borderlands Brewing releases Woof, a beer for dogs. It's an NA made with pork, carrot, celery, ginger, turmeric, basil, and water. To which I say, hell, pour me a glass too.
That too. That would honestly be the sort of thing, if you don't like it, you could still cook with it too.
I would.
That would be an incredible, like, chicken-based.
You could do a pork tenderloin in it because it's already made with pork.
Which leads me to my next derailment. I won a pressure cooker at work. They had a random drawing on Christmas Eve, and I acquired a pressure cooker.
We have one downstairs. Well, the crock-pot pressure cooker, it's the same thing. Just
I've
never used one.
A slow cooker and a pressure cooker are not the same thing.
Ours is 2-in-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since a standard crock-pot doesn't pressurize things to make things speed up, which is the appeal of the Instant Pot and its knockoffs. I am the proud new owner of a Hamilton Beach knockoff.
What is it called? A Burr Coast? History joke. Nice. Sorry if we got nerdy.
What? Us? Here?
We are
on
kind
this
of
platform?
We're different kind of nerdy, though. Like, you and I, like, we're both nerdy, but we're on different spectrums of nerdy. Like, you're chess nerdy and I'm checkers nerdy. But you're wearing flannel. But I'm wearing red also. You don't have a silly shirt on. Or is it underneath?
I came straight from work, no.
Yeah.
It's, no, there's a green pocket tee beneath this. No. Had no time to mess around. Bro, do you even gift? You've seen my Santa Gangster wrapper?
Yep.
That was a Five Below purchase a long time ago. On Christmas Eve, I broke out the Grinch shirt.
Very nice.
That is the bright green shirt with the bright yellow eyes on it. Like, it's a bit terrifying.
One man's terrifying is another man's entertaining. Terrifying.
Coworkers found it entertaining. Never mind. Hey, it's still coldish in there, so I had to keep like sleeve shirt with sleeves rolled up. I don't want a vest, but doing this for those watching, it's kind of my default look at work.
Damn, man, save some
90% of
pussy
the
for the
time.
rest of us.
Rawr.
Steve Triple C Brewing got a $40,000 grant to add craft pizza to their menu in the tap room. Who has 40 G's to throw around for craft pizza? And B, I've never had craft pizza.
Well, for what it's worth, we were at Hawthorne's previous pod.
Mm-hmm.
That, if anything can compete with that,
Mm-hmm.
that would be crafty, if not at least, independent. Because
craft
they
pizza?
always do new.
I mean, craft beer. So the definition of craft beer would be like beer that's not brewed with macro techniques, where it's different and it's smaller and it's like smaller batch and different ingredients. It's more experimental. So how would one make...
I see a lot of pineapple in their future.
Well, do you remember when KFC did the Double Down?
Yep.
What if pizza inside out of it itself? So what if the crust was made of the toppings, and then the toppings were pieces of bread,
cheese wraps, to be cheese, tomato, pepperoni, breading, tomato sauce, pepperoni,
or a crust made of tomatoes? But I would fucking hate that.
Well, tomato paste, though. You like tomato products, just not tomato.
Right.
The wheels are turning. Basically, it looks like if you take your Sbarro slice and fold it
the other way.
Yeah. So the toppings will fall off doing this,
and your hand is going to be covered in marinara.
Yeah,
and cheese.
that's how and why you fold it bread side out. It's pizza taco. Which is why the calzone is already the better option.
It really is. The papadillas, though, at Papa John's are actually not bad. But it is exactly what you think it is. It's just
Do they still give you the garlic butter with that?
Of course.
Nice.
And the pepperoncinis, which I fucking
heart
love.
attack.
And if you ever had, have you dipped the pepperoncini in the garlic? Because why not? Oh,
It worked at 17 and it works at 900. Yes.
Yes, it does. Steve, it's your last year of your 30s, actually.
Yep. I'm unfazed. I don't care. It was just kind of funny to think, oh, yes, I'm now 39 plus a month.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine it.
My knees, back, shoulders, and eyes bug me an awful lot, but besides that, it's not that different.
I think that is mostly brought on from your current job, mostly.
Just being on my feet all the time, yes.
Whereas I'm so used to it, that doesn't bother me until I was in the hospital with a back problem, but so far that hasn't flared on.
Nothing's hospitalized me yet, but I will have my moments of I'll need a moment.
Yeah.
And y'all can't see them, but I'm wearing knee braces all the time at work because my left knee in particular, clutch leg, really hurts a lot.
Uh-oh. He's about to join the ranks.
The floppy paddles.
Over his cold, dead leg.
Driving doesn't bother me.
Really?
It's not like my commute can be any easier. Shorter, perhaps, but,
right.
I hate having to be on the road at 5:30 a.m. However, no one's on the road then, so I can go as fast as the car will allow on 45.
I still remember your look of utter, what are you doing out here when I came home from Brian Baker's house that late? Wait a minute.
You're out past your own curfew.
2 hours past my own curfew. Something, talking guitars with a human machine of savantness.
Nice.
But craft, $40,000, I can't imagine, who has 40 G's during a pandemic to throw around to open, because I assume it's somebody who wants their pizza. So if they say, I'll give you 40 grand if you let me open, and they have to have the spot for the kitchen unless they're going to operate out of, what is it that has it a tin kitchen?
Yeah.
That has a little
it'll
permanent...
be a permanent food truck.
But do they have parking at Triple C for that? I can't remember.
No.
I didn't think so. Because parking
It's
everywhere
still,
sucks.
Well, particularly South End, so it's practically downtown. No,
And
that's you had to get a bus and gut it.
Gut buster. Bus gutter. Bus gutter.
I think that's going to be your new automotive restoration. It's going to be bus gutter.
I did order. All right, so
I think we'll expand that to RVs as well. Like this could be entertaining. Yep. Are you aware that people that are super into tiny houses will have their minds blown when they discover what an RV is to completely rip off Mike Puchek?
it's very, very true.
Yeah.
The theory's there, but like the thing is, putting a tiny cabin or something is neat because you have the view, but putting your tiny home right beside a porta potty on the corner of like 5th and Church is not cool to me.
Although I'm curious, had I bought the tiny house in Cornelius years ago, was this 500 square foot shotgun house in Cornelius for $55,000 built in the 50s? So it's made of asbestos for all I care. But that might have been the last 5-figure house available in Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
How much that little spat of land would be worth now? This was probably 10 years ago I found this thing.
Well, who thought that land near Concord, that the field out there would have been worth anything? And now, I can't imagine.
It just keeps going.
I haven't even been out there, that area proper, 2 years.
We did a good chunk of my shopping at Burlington, don't call it Co-Factory. I found myself a pair of shoes for $20 there.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
But I go to the nice shoe stores, but I go to the clearance rack on them, so they're still $50.
Yeah. The other mall in Concord, Carolina Mall, with the Sears closing, they have a pair of shoe shows.
Huh.
And the only things that could have fit me on my budget of, sub 50, ideally sub 30, but were just atrocious.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't fathom buying these things for $35.
Only
It looked like Jackson Pollock gone even worse.
Only marginally better than like a shoe carnival. Now, Rack Room I've always had good.
Yeah, Rack Room.
Good luck at. Payless, no.
Yeah, did you see at Harrison 49 where Payless used to be? For a while, it became Hosource.
Yes, I stopped.
It now became something else that's going to sink. But it was funny that for the longest time, it had become Payless Hosource after it had shut down.
Yes,
like, it wasn't been a few months.
It wasn't that way long, and this was before camera phone, but Discount Tire was Cunt Tire for like a day or two.
Oops.
And it wasn't that way that long.
Yeah.
Cookout has the worst lights because they always have a light missing, and it doesn't matter which cookout you go to.
Cock out.
Let's go rock out at Cockout. What's your go-to at Cookout?
Steak style. Seasoned fries, peach shake would be a quick answer.
I didn't know you liked peaches. That kind of.
They come from a can, put there by a man in a factory downtown.
That song's actually about peaches. It's not about pussy. Like, it's actually about peaches.
You can't hear me wink, folks.
I can feel it. Mine's a barbecue sandwich, no slaw, double order of hush puppies. All the bread, all the time. I think hush puppies are...
Scratch the seasoned fries, nuggets, and corn dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's happy heart attack meal.
There's not really a bad answer at Cookout, though.
Yeah.
And they get them through pretty quickly.
And it was really entertaining to see in the last 15 years I've been back in Charlotte, Cookouts popping out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Else, the only one in Charlotte earlier was on Sugar Creek. So you better use the drive-thru, bub. And there was a day post-drinking, or a night post-drinking, that we did not.
Mm-hmm.
We were sufficiently not murdered, but we were scared gringos.
You know, it's only a select few people that make bad neighborhoods bad neighborhoods. You just kind of have to watch out a little bit more for them.
Oh, well, this is also, a few blocks away from Hidden Valley.
At the time but now that's on the up and up, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so what you're saying is I should have bought that house on Squirrel Hill Road for $63,000, like this gorgeous red split level from '62.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, it was super cheap. And then I heard about the Hidden Valley Kings, like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, it's close to downtown, it's close to the interstate. If they can successfully gentrify, sorry, everybody, that would be amazing.
I didn't tell you about the house in Coventry. It's not Coventry Woods or anything.
Like the previous neighborhood that wasn't
that's Berkshire.
Coventry.
This is actual Coventry neighborhood in Charlotte, which is near Sharon Amity, Sharon Amity and Albemarle Road.
Amityville.
Yep, Sharon Amity and Albemarle Road.
Oh,
There's
right.
an area.
Right down the street from us.
It was back down there, and the Albemarle Road section's not good, but you get back into and there were people walking. Like, it looked like a peaceful neighborhood. The house was built in 1930. It was 1,600 square feet with, it was like two and a half bedrooms and 2.5 bath, but it was on like
the fact it's that old with multiple plumbing anything is impressive.
Recently renovated, wooden floors all throughout. Really nice, really quaint. Had a workshop out back.
Plywood floors.
2-car garage. Detached.
Made of ply trees.
2-car garage, detached, but then a workshop out back too.
Ooh.
So it was a nice look. And Emily was just saying, AJ, it's too old. And it's.
Well,
it was. And this house is a lot bigger, and it will appreciate and value more. But that one had a lot of character, and I kind of wish we would have been there. But I understand why she didn't want it. I mean, an older house comes older problems. So, but
hi, I rent older house with older problems. That's kind of in between the place we're in now and this heavily renovated, lovely thing from the 30s, and said, I've got rental property from 1981 with a lot of Band-Aids on it.
Wait, the house is from 81 also?
Yeah.
Just like you. You don't have a lot of Band-Aids that I can see.
No. I stopped wearing one here. And I'm going to need one here. And let's see, which angle was I cut? There.
I just have pecan pie all over me.
I'm not bleeding as much as I did last week, so that's nice.
You want to Lagunitas?
The different one that there.
Might as well keep it. The
sure.
Top shelf far right. You get this one, I'll get the next one. While you're doing that, Steve, Kentucky has for the first time passed legislation to permit selling of bourbon and spirits online with shipping. And now we don't have to wait for things to come this way.
I smell Blanton's lottery.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's 2 bottles downstairs of Blanton's, which I may bring tomorrow. I may not. Yep. Might as well get 2. We're not going to share anything today. We'll have the proper glassware for it. That's amazing that they're going to that they are finally going to do on, because it really isn't, because we're in the dumb ABC state, like, we don't get a lot of the allocation. Like, you can go to any liquor store in Kentucky and get Blanton's all fucking day, like a 24-pack of fucking water. And down here you have to wait, and I have to befriend all the people at the ABC store, and they have to hold one for me, which I'm grateful for. I like friends that do stuff for me. But oh yeah, cheers.
They somehow have cooler jobs than the rest of us.
This is Lagunitas Willetized coffee stout aged in rye oak barrels from Willet. And is that not abso-fucking-lutely delightful? Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
I have regained my Willet to live.
Willet's one of my favorite distilleries in Kentucky. Willett and I think Willett's in Bardstown. Let me make sure. I don't want
to. Is that nothing but a town of people that sing and play guitar?
I'll get back to you on that.
Final Fantasy IV ruined me on what a bard is, because that character was not good.
Well, a bardy shut down. Oh, they are.
I've seen nothing about them like wholesaling out their arcade collection. Never mind, I do not need these, but just kind of curious. What becomes? Yep.
Need.
What can I say? It can replicate it without replicating it, because I couldn't care less about playing with like joystick and like giant ass buttons.
True. Yeah.
And ergonomics are a bit more important now.
If COVID wasn't happening right now, I would absolutely give you a hug, because you actually said the phrase the correct way. You couldn't care less. I despise when people say I could care less. Okay. I mean,
you could care less. All
That's
right.
good. That's actually not that bad then. I couldn't care less.
It's the running joke of the Ben Folds song, The Battle of Who Could Care Less. It's such a good one.
I have not delved into the Ben Folds catalog.
All you need is Whatever, Never Amen.
Okay.
There's a few others here and there, but however old that is still fantastic.
I met him a couple of years ago.
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
Before he moved to Australia, and then like, oh, he keeps popping up here. It's like, well, his roots are still between Charlotte and Chapel Hill, but dude moved to Australia. So it's really strange seeing Bands in Town saying like Ben Folds did blee blee and blah blah. Like, huh?
He's starting his own Silverchair cover band. She's a brick tomorrow.
Platinum Lazy Boy.
Israel's son is rocking the suburbs. Steve, Motorhead collaborated.
Palestine's sister.
Nice. Motorhead has the surviving Motorhead members collaborated.
Name one.
Yep, collaborated with Global Brews and Hill Rock Distillery to release the Ace of Spades bourbon in honor of the album's 40-year anniversary.
Because 1980.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cask strength bourbon. I gotta imagine it's probably not great, but I'll bet you it's cheap and it gets the fucking job done.
I'm surprised it's not being brewed in Jack Daniels barrels, because Slimmy was famous for his JD consumption.
I've not had... All right, since I've been getting into bourbons and whiskeys, I actually have not had a regular Jack Daniels. I don't know if I've ever had... Like, not a shot, like an actual...
How did you survive being a teenager?
Zima.
I'm not here to judge.
I had two older sisters that brought stuff home, and that's what I drank.
Hey, if they share, then you shall partake.
They didn't. I think they just each thought the other one was drinking it, and play the cards you're dealt, man.
Trouble of being almost do well as the oldest sibling.
I mean, they gave me the all-day wristband. I can't not get on a ride. I saw the best saying. It's like, it's okay not to be self-made, but don't act like you hit a triple if you were born on third base. Like, fuck yes. Steve New Holland is to release Dragon's Milk Bottled in Bond Bourbon in January of 2021. It's a 4-year, 100 proof. They started in 2017. And they have their own bourbon they're going to release. And the review I saw of it said it was fucking garbage. Unfortunately, but it's their first go. And it's 4 years. Like, how good could it possibly be in 4 years? I'll try it.
What was the previous bib? Because it's going to be really funny to call Bottle and Bond that.
I'll try it, but all right. I'm sure
So
it's...
basically, this means Gray does not need to go rush out and pick it up because he really wants some Rogue whiskey, which shan't be had here because dumb rules.
Where is Rogue?
Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Our favorite shape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got the triangle, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon.
Well, the most
Oregon.
The most triangular state, I guess, would be Nevada, but that's pentagonal. Actually, technically, it's a quadrilateral. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually four-sided. It just has a point. There is no triangle. Idaho
there.
I don't know.
No, wait. Have you seen what our state looks like? That's approaching triagonal.
Yeah, I always thought
that
North Carolina looked like a shrunken version of the U.S. mirror image.
Yeah, that and Virginia looks like it flipped over. And then
Virginia looks like Florida.
And then Kentucky looks like Virginia flipped back over, and then Tennessee is its own thing.
I always thought Kentucky looked like a chicken leg. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It looks like a chicken leg.
It don't exist now.
But now it's like a turtle sanctuary. Steve,
have you heard anything from Johnny Lieberman on the Smoking Tire?
Yes.
I was like, he likes the people. He doesn't care for who's representing him due to voter, effectively fraud. But that's not here nor there. Oh, it's totally there.
Well, there was a saying that said, a person is smart, but people are stupid. Yep. That was a George Carlin. And I found that a person is nice, but people together are dicks. So I can, no matter your position on anything, I can have a civil conversation with you, even if I disagree with you. But it seems like there's a herd mentality on things that when you get a lot of people together, it's...
2-0 can't get a herd immunity on things, am I right, folks?
That's another story. Steve, Russia is selling next year in the United States, a Russian car company, the Pramac 2022 Taos SUV in the United States late next year.
They're
as a
naming it for a New Mexico ski resort.
BREMACH. It starts at $26,000 US.
No, that's a hefty sum, but that's cheap by today's new car standards.
Would you like to see what it looks like?
Oh, yes. Let's.
It's not horrible looking, actually. But, communists and former communists aren't known for...
design?
Bear with me. It's a tiny picture. You know what? I'll just find a bigger picture. I was trying to find, a good picture of it in a good color, but it might just have to do to find a fucking picture of it.
What's going to be, black or black? Islada.
It's not bad looking.
It looks like a fluffy Land Cruiser.
I was gonna say
and that's okay.
I was gonna say it looks like a really 10-pound overweight GX 470.
Yeah, something between that and a 92 Land Cruiser when they were noticeably this rounded and fluffy looking. I always thought they looked fluffy. Mm-hmm. That looks like one of them. It's a fluffy Land Cruiser, and now I want one. And
the interior is, it's hilariously basic.
Is it made of dork?
Whale penis?
Yeah, what's up, Gray?
It's just a basic...
Good.
Yep.
I couldn't get less of a fuck what you put inside of it. It's does it feel okay on the inside? Neat.
Yeah, look.
Is it a 2011 Accord uncomfortable? No. Good.
The seats are.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
But after taking a couple of road trips in the Jeep now, those are some of the most comfortable long-distance seats. The cloth, the comfort, they're not bolstered tightly because... they're not supposed to be.
They're not supposed to be bolstered. Yeah. After 10,000 miles into Scion, the Vibe had better seats.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cushier car.
The Cherokee had super comfortable seats. The S2000 did, but
No,
after about an
not
hour,
in the back. That I would happily set those on fire given the option.
well, you know what?
You never
It's-
did because you never had to.
It's 1997 foam in bench seat variety.
Yeah.
So it was there to have the option, but not the comfortable option.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, last but not least, on our news, and we're almost an hour in and we're still on the news. See, I told you without topics we could still yap about stupid shit. What is the cheapest car that is going to be on sale as a 2021 model year?
Ooh, I've got 3 answers for this.
Okay.
Spark, Mirage, Versa.
Okay. So, out of your GM, Nissan, and Mitsu,
Mm-hmm.
which one?
Technically Daewoo.
I will tell you. I will tell you the price. I'm not going to tell you the make. One of
Ooh.
those is correct.
Uh-huh.
The base price of this car is $14,395. You don't even get cruise control. You get a backup camera, because it's mandated.
Yeah,
now,
that's been
but-
mandatory for going on 3 years now.
which would kind of at this price point would kind of like looking at it through a gramophone. But
I've seen some shitty cameras along the way.
so, which are you taking out of those 3?
The Daewoo.
The Spark.
Yeah.
The final answer.
Yes.
You got it. Oh.
That's real funny you ask because I saw an article about this.
Oh yeah.
Not too long ago. Like, I'm gonna go with that.
That's what we should do.
And now that pushes you $4,000 beyond the previous low price point of like the last sub $10,000 car, which kept being battled out between the Mirage and the Versa.
Uh-huh.
And after having encountered those two, don't.
When Sandy drove me to my wedding, it's just, it's the thing, you can't see the woman, you're on. So I was riding in her Versa, and I was like, how many miles are on this? She's like 60,000. Why is all of the switch gear in here missing the soft touch? Like, after 60,000 miles, there was nothing left on the buttons. Like, Jeeps are notoriously cheap, and my Cherokee still had everything.
But sturdy. Like, well, you
Cheap
had to
and
replace
sturdy.
like the Windows switch. Like, you had to replace that because it was about to fall through or something stupid.
The 2 of the buttons were broken, and I got a new one, and you know what? It worked because they still had new parts for it.
Yeah, and I was like, no, my car's 2 days away from 5 years old, ish, whatever. It ain't perfect, but it works.
I ordered. This is totally me too. All right, so on the tailgate of.
Oh wait, this is my first actual import in many years.
Oh yeah, true.
It's like actual Japanese car.
The tailgate on the Wranglers, when you open the tailgate, it's unfinished. It's just painted
Yeah.
metal. Well, it's kind of tinny and hollow, and when you're carrying stuff and it slides, it hits that and scratches your paint. What did I order today?
A skid plate for your tailgate.
Basically,
Something
or I ordered it Sunday, so it's here today. It's coming today. I'm sure it got delivered already. Well, now it's beeping, so my phone might die in about an hour. That's okay.
Well, we'll see when we see you.
It's carpeted. It's really not like it actually fits. It's cut to fit perfectly. It was
Just
$42.
effectively a piece of carpet glue on.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And I have one piece of sound deadening left that I cut off the.
Nice.
So I'm gonna put that behind it so that when.
So
I
you
have
have
the stereo
double layered glue on thing.
It'll not be tinny and it won't it doesn't rattle now, but if I ever put
Can you take the tailgate off so you can like weigh stuff down to make sure this doesn't go anywhere?
Can I
Pull the tailgate off as you're going to install the everything on it, and then like they'll leave some stereo equipment on it to like weigh it down. Like make sure all the glue like sticks. Like nothing's going anywhere.
It's supplied with very good 3M tape.
Okay.
So it's good for, and it matches the black carpet, and it looks nicer. It looks. I'm probably gonna do the headliner next, throughout the whole thing
To have headliner.
Yeah, I mean,
because you haven't done anything on that yet. Because otherwise, it's just what, fiberglass, whatever that is.
It's fiberglass on the top and plastic on the inside. There's not a lot of
sheer lack of anything.
But there's not. The only thing you hear a lot of, like when I posted to, was it Opposite Luck? I think because you had liked the post.
Sure.
It was people. I don't understand where it's coming from. Like about it's the soft top is noisy, but this has the heart. It's not. It's not noisy. It's a very civilized vehicle.
Yeah.
Especially now that the exhaust is fixed.
Yeah.
But it's a very civilized. It was so comfortable. And, on the way to Raleigh, I got 21.5 miles per gallon average. And I wasn't being easy on it.
That's high par. That's what got out of the 4-cylinder pre-runner.
Well, I wasn't being easy on it. I was passing cars on 49 by the way, they put the bypass in Ashboro. You don't have to go through Ashboro anymore to go to Raleigh.
Fuck you, Zoo. What's up?
On 49.
How does that work?
So on 49, right before, about 3 miles before you get to Ashboro, there's a 64 bypass. So you get on that, and it bypasses Ashboro and takes you about 2 miles. So it goes around, and it takes you on the other side of 64. So if you're going to Raleigh, it took 10 minutes off my trip.
Nice.
Because, Ashboro traffic fucking sucks.
It's rivaling Shelby for bumping the road.
Ashboro is just like Shelby. It's just one's on the east and one's on the west. They're remarkably similar. Speaking of Shelby, Brittany, if you're watching, we're very sorry. She has COVID. She got it from her Bible-thumping, Trump-loving family, and she's very pissed about it. But we are thinking about you. Rooting for a speedy recovery. She feels fine. She's just a little tired. Taste is fine. All that stuff's fine. Just
speaking of recent co-victims, my old roommate Adam mentioned that he's got some sort of mild reaction to test, to whatever have you. Like, if this guy loses sense of taste, I don't know what good music is that's new.
We are going to have him
He's got magic powers to find good new stuff and can use it by CDs. He's the last person I know doing so. But it's always incredible.
You know what we should do? I think for 79, I'll try to talk Toby into doing it because he was born in 1979.
Nice.
And I think if we can do that, we can have Adam for 80. But I still want to do one on premises somewhere. And
then I'm already going to be on 81. You're already going to be on 86. What's going on here?
We have to do a Steve episode on 81. So it's all Steve all the time. Wait a minute. That is half of the show.
Or better yet, get Leighton on for 81 because he's slightly older than me.
Who?
Leighton.
Oh.
Because he's slightly older than I am.
Well, he's been on.
Yeah.
He always.
Again.
He loves being on. Like, he told me, he's like, I told him it's an open invitation. Like, it's. I think going back to COVID.
Also, like, if we get Gray on, because he's also October, November older than me.
He's basically us, though. Like, he's actually a good mix of us. I think he's basically.
He's just not being an elitist jerk about it. That's his biggest flaw, and that's it.
We were talking about you the other day. He said, Steve has the strangest. He's like, hey, I got a good deal on this, and I only spent $6, and I got like 10 of these. He's like, yeah, that's Steve.
Wait, Brian said the same thing.
No, Brian said that to me about you. I was like, you nailed it, buddy. Here's my hammer.
Yeah. I found the car parts I needed, and they were already out of the car. It's like I had to pick them up. Like, one was sitting like outside of the car.
Yeah.
Like, Springs are arrested. You're coming with me. What's up, Charlotte Harlot? What?
Steve, we had the news is gone, but
what?
I had another, in honor of New Year's coming up. We can do the New Year's thing we were going to do, but also artists with the word new in their name.
Who the fuck is the band Brand New?
Brand New, which The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows is about the only song I know by them a lot. And I know a lot? What the fuck's going on with my life?
You know a lot. Not a lot about the New.
I'm really warm. You too.
Hi, I'm a flannel, and yes, I'll finally say not uncomfortable, but a little toasty.
Well, unfortunately, Glenn Fry is in this room now because
the heat is on.
It's
on the street.
Tell me, can you feel it? I hate that fucking song.
Really? You would have lost that Segura challenge for that half of it.
Oh, for Mark Merritt, yeah. I would rather watch Sister Act because I would just not ever watch movies ever again. And I'll get into that when we do.
Did you ever see Beverly Hills Cop, the first one?
No. Good. Is it good?
Yeah, that one's awesome. The second one is grim but fun.
Yeah.
The third one's just stupid.
Well,
go ahead. Anybody? You've seen them. You don't want to see the third. It's like The Godfather, only better.
The Fodgather. I could go for a Godfather right now, actually.
Oh my!
Not that one. There used to be a Godfather's Pizza. Did you ever go to that?
No. And when Herman Cain died, I kind of laughed an awful lot.
The Godfather's Pizza I went to one time.
I'm an insensitive prick.
One time I went, and it was very dark. It was a very dark restaurant, and I don't even remember where it was. I think it was at Myrtle Beach, but it was a very dark restaurant.
If anybody's going to emulate anything, that would have been the place.
It was really dark, but then they had like the orangish lights that came all the way down from the ceiling and kind of came about that far from your table. And like all the waiters were dressed in all black, and then like the manager would come by looking like a fucking mafia don, slick back hair, red bow tie, black. Is everything to your liking this evening, sir and madam? Like, this is actually a fucking mafia pizza joint, isn't it? Like, it's fucking nice. They're not there anymore, I don't think. Maybe
I haven't been to Myrtle in 2 years, and I was unaware of Fodgathers having been a thing there.
It's been a year and a half for me. Actually, no. Well, I never went to the beach because remember Matt lived there. And we had a show in Charlotte, and Matt was like, "Hey, just stay with me." So free hotel, 45-minute drive, but free hotel.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing of the southernmost portions of North Carolina coast to Myrtle. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you get there, if it's going to be 17 or 30 or 18 or 9.5 or whatever have you. Yeah, 17 is made entirely with stoplights.
Yep, we interstated it. Like
interstately. It's not interstate proper.
Yeah, well, with Matt driving, it was. He's like, man, nobody down here can drive. I'm like, Matt, we love you, man, but it's you that it's you that can't drive.
Hey, man, he's got new Jeep. It's got 8 airbags. Let's use them.
And start stop.
Ugh.
And so does the Ramsky's new CRV has start stop. And he hates
turn it off.
Yes,
nice.
He
apparently in Europe that's no longer an option.
It should. I'm with. You got a tinkle?
All
right, I can keep the people occupied.
Sweet.
I talk to myself all day anyway, so now I'm just recording it.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing here?
Fair. Well, folks, 2020 is coming to a close, and I will speak for everyone when I say good riddance. I did see somebody on, I'm not going to call them out on here, but I did see somebody on social media who will say, just count your blessings and try not to complain. And, we have it pretty good and blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to tell them, like, look, man, that's coming off pretty tone deaf because you and your wife have a pretty good life. You make good money. You've got good kids. So it comes off really tone deaf when you just tell people, don't worry about it and just be thankful for what you have when you're not skipping any meals. So maybe don't word it like that. There's other ways to word it, like, as bad as you may have it, other people may have it too. So try to find the good in your life. But if you're dismissing other people's problems, it comes off a little bit tone deaf. So maybe before you type or before you say or speak to anyone about anything, just kind of take a deep breath and think about what you're going to say and how it may come across. They will appreciate it more. And I know this person didn't think about it like that, and they didn't mean it the way it came off. But if you were an outsider looking in, you could see it like that. So that would be my advice of the week. Just before you say or speak, just think about how it may come across. In other news, this beer is delicious. If you ever see Lagunitas Woodshop Series, a coffee stout aged in rye oak barrels, you absolutely need to pick it up because it's absolutely delicious. I have a feeling my phone's going to die soon, so if we see the video feed die off, then I do apologize. What's that? I'm checking it right now. I'm going to check it on here to make sure everything's... We're still online, Steve.
Hey!
We're still online. The light's not beeping anymore.
Blinking?
Yes, that too. I could check it, but then I'd have to put it back exactly the way it was, back on there. So, hey, it doesn't have to be a long episode today. It's already gone an hour and 12 minutes. By the way, Mexican is after this, so all bets are off. Back to new bands, Steve. Newfound Glory. Did you ever get into Newfound Glory?
I was only aware of New Jersey Shore back when I was visiting a friend that was just outside of New Jersey in Pennsylvania. It was totally okay. Like, I had zero interest in looking up anything else from them.
Yep. I think the only song I can name from them right now is All Downhill From Here.
Common phrase. Hopefully it's a good song, but do not know that at all. This all reads like one of the Chris Dim from Rock 92's. He did a podcast for 74 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, so
we beat him.
We beat him.
Yay! We beat Chris Dim.
We beat the Dim Show, or That Dim Music Show.
Invader
and it
Dim.
was always about 2 hours. And it was just kind of like a little taste of home because, oddly enough, he's the brighter of the two guys named Chris. Sorry, Chris Kelly.
Yeah.
You're a dum-dum.
Evidently, he does the driving when they do, and he's like a really good driver.
What, Kelly is?
Mm-hmm. A very flowing through traffic, like, good driver. Not like Tanner Faust driver. No.
Think of this with the stuff. Yeah. Usually, nowadays, like, my driving is a bit shot. Like, either I just woke up or my brain's melted after a 10-hour shift.
I don't get good service for 92.3 now that I'm in Mint Hill up as opposed to Harrisburg.
Yeah.
That's a 14-mile swing. That actually does make a difference.
Yeah, I try to pick it up when I can. The station's still good, but he would have themes of the shows, and this being like the new show would be something he would have done that bands with new or titles with new
or song,
like those really simple things, but delving into stuff I'm unaware of. But
he was on Stump.
Always entertaining.
They had the
Stump the host, Stump the DJ type thing.
And
he
usually would win.
He was arrested for murder 3 times for that show.
You got the New Seekers, which I've never heard of. New Song. And then the New Radicals.
Madsen! We'll kick their asses!
A man got the dreamer's disease.
Really didn't like that song when it first came out, and then I decided to stop being such an asshole about at least that one.
Yeah, you still don't like Matchbox 20, but
no,
I do. It's musically, it's really, really good.
And the fact that Rob Thomas is not Stephen Jenkins.
Rob Thomas still sounds good though when he sings live, and
like everybody
does not.
Everybody hates Third Eye Blind, mostly him.
Not as much as they hate Trapped now. Have you seen that?
Holy shnikes. That managed to out dumpster fire 2020 the year.
I was trying
how and what and the how and the huh?
Which is unfortunate because there is one song I like by Trapped called Echo. Michelle Trachtenberg is in the video. That might have something to do with it.
As it should.
She was taking her shower. I was kissing her goodbye. And I was like, Chris from Trapped is a gigantic, colossal bag of dicks, right? And I had to explain to her, like, just how fucking apeshit he is. But I do like Echo.
They are...
Still Frame's not bad.
They're the modern-day Hitler Youth. And as well as just actively trying to pick fights with the anybody.
And his name is Chris Brown, so...
Gonna beat up Rihanna.
And she's gorgeous, too.
I hate so much.
You can watch it on mute.
I hate
Watch it on
Diamonds
mute
so
and put you on
much.
some good stuff. Diamonds is garbage.
Yeah,
and Fell in Love in a Hopeless Place is bad, too.
No, it's not good. No.
New Edition. Bobby Brown? Yeah.
Poison?
Not that Bobby. Black Bobby. Whitney Houston's late husband. Remember My Prerogative? Do just by... And then Ain't Nobody Humping Around, Bobby Brown. Yeah. New Edition. He was in New Edition. I could not fucking tell you who else was in New Edition, but you have New Riders of the Purple Sage. I don't know who that is.
It's in New Order, which was Joy Division, but a little joyful. Because Joy Division is dark as fuck.
Really?
Do you know what the Joy Division was back in the 40s?
If I guess, am I going to get close? Knowing me, do you think I'll get close enough that I'll figure it out in like less than a minute?
Maybe.
The Joy Division, was that?
Considering the decade and the phrasing, think of something grim. Go grimmer.
In the Joy Division, was that the squad or the part of the SS that went after? I don't know then. I don't know. I just need you to tell me.
That is what the SS would have called the group of prisoners they wish to relieve themselves into.
Yeek.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Why would you name your band after that?
Have you heard In Curtis and Company?
That's fair. That's fair.
It makes Bauhaus sound joyful.
Bauhaus in the middle of the first street.
Totally.
Steve,
Yeah,
boy band with the word new in it. You got the right stuff.
Used to good. New Kids on the Block.
Completely inoffensive. Like now, looking back, boy bands, it's completely... All right.
Goofy bullshit from the late 80s, from the late 90s.
I take it back. There are... LFO was horrible.
Yep.
O-Town was horrible. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, poppy, but not horrible. New Kids on the Block, poppy, but not horrible. There were good boy bands, and there are atrocious boy bands.
You know, funny thing about having 104.7, our local station that plays, quote, everything, back in normal cycle instead of playing Christmas music since December 1st.
Ew.
rolling up in car stereo with some goofy bullshit, and there's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, we're having a good day, and I say so. Danger Zone won today's round.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes, my coworkers love Archer, by the way.
Early Archer,
Cool.
yes.
1 to 4, and ostensibly, what is it, 10 or 11? They got back to basics. I've only seen an episode. Like, cool. Never watched more of it. Whoops. Like, oh, shit. I gave it the Breaking Bad, or I gave it the Dexter. It's like, yep.
How far did you get in Dexter? I got to John Lithgow.
An episode. Breaking Bad, I got to the ceiling falling apart. But that's always been a running gag of, nope, chemical not holding. Like, I needed the blee blee and blah blah with the drums. Instead, this dumb dead body fell through the ceiling, which was all I could think of when my dumb house had the ceiling fall apart.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
It's Raining Men. It's from a different perspective.
It's the same.
That's all you need to know.
I don't mind boy bands. It's just LFO, O-Town,
Yeah,
that shit, horrible.
The different levels of manufacture.
Even 98 Degree, at least they had harmony. At least the vocals were not bad.
Yeah.
The songs were cheesy.
You couldn't name one of them. It was
Nick
all...
Lachey. He was married to Jessica Simpson. That's all I know. But I could pretty much name all the Backstreet Boys and all of NSYNC. I bet you.
Funny to mention
I
Jessica
could.
Simpson, the first young lady I dated back in fall of 15 looked like Jessica Simpson.
Oh, I was going to say, was named Jessica.
New. Was half as bright.
What?
Oh.
Like bag of hammers? Like.
Oh, hi, my words coming out of your mouth.
Like,
yeah.
Or Jillian on Family Guy.
Yeah. So it was one bed, one bath.
No, it's a whole apartment. You know who did the voice for her? Drew Barrymore. Brian, you guys watch Laguna Beach tonight? Yes.
Goodness.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore did her voice. And when you go back and listen, you're like, okay. What was it?
What was that episode would have been before she was popping up in Adam Sandler movies, like her and Jennifer Aniston. Like, all right, love him or hate him, Adam Sandler's a genius for making these silly movies in Hawaii with everyone's favorite actresses.
He and Drew Barrymore have the best chemistry. Like, in another world, they could totally be like the Hollywood power couple. Like, they're so cute. Like, they just work. 50 First Dates was so cute. It was a cute movie. I will say this. Emily comes from a family of movie watchers. What am I not, Steve?
A movie watcher.
So we had to watch.
And never mind your disdain for Will Ferrell. At the very least, watch Talladega Nights. Because...
Don't make me.
I won't, but I'll keep bugging you about it. Like, only that one.
Okay. Well, Anchorman I loved. But it wasn't really a Will Ferrell movie because it had Steve Carell and Paul Rudd.
Everybody else there.
Have you watched the outtakes of the 40-year-old virgin? Oh, my God. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, every time I watch it, though, my chest bleeds.
I think it's because... Oh, man, what's the fucking tall-ass blonde chick who was their boss?
Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch is hilarious.
She is the new host for The Weakest Link.
Really?
And she is a vulture vampire. Just whoever's freaking her lines, keep doing it.
Yeah.
She's so fucking mean. It's incredible.
The thing is, she's so tall and she's such a vicious creature that even if she's mean to you, can't do anything about it. So,
and she's not into us, so that's kind of disarming at the same time.
dude, that's like lesbians make the perfect wingmen because they'll take. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. I want Mexican food. Steve, the New York Dolls. It's got new in it.
Dude, silly name. That band's amazing.
I've never listened to any New York Dolls.
Trash! Don't pick it up! It's like the most like exaggerated New York accent, and it still translates into the music. Kaylin loves the song Trash from them.
We're listening to New York Dolls tomorrow for New Year's Eve.
Trash.
We don't have.
Don't drink it up.
Well, we can split one, or we can do a Death by Coconut, or we can split a Surly Coffee Brown with.
Surely you must be serious.
I am serious.
And don't call you Surly.
So,
yeah, New York Dolls are the best band you've never heard or heard of.
I mean, I've heard of them. We did an episode of. Normally, I would just sip this, but COVID. How about I sip it from this side?
Whatevs.
That didn't help the other side. Down, did it?
I'll just put some sanitizer in this. Like, what is this? But Viking gel.
I've been getting back into recording and or writing, and I think after the first of the year, I'm gonna try to finish that 5-song album. And here's the good part, Steve. I decided instead of covering "Loud Love" from Soundgarden, I found a song I think I'm gonna cover and do a darker, heavier version of. It's a grunge band.
Half.
No.
Because that song
But
is
half
terrible.
Half is horrible.
So awful.
If you're gonna be Ben Shepherd, at least write Head Down, because that one's actually good. I'm doing one of the supergroup songs, except I'm going to do a darker, heavier version of one of the two big Seattle supergroups.
Bad Season versus Temple of the Dog.
You got, which one?
Bad Season, because
Yes.
Wayne.
Which one am I going to do?
River of Deceit.
No.
November Hotel, because
Nope.
you don't have to sing on it.
Nope. Nope.
I, too, do not know anything.
Yep, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do that cover. It's going to be easier to arrange than Loud Love is. And because I don't have
totally up your alley to chainsaw guitar it. Yeah.
much heavier. I cranked that and
do I need to do a Richard Cheese type parody? I don't do anything. I don't do anything. I don't do anything. Don't remember the words or no. Oh yeah.
the new Christie Minstrels. Not minstrel, minstrel, like Minstrels.
Come back when you're minestrone. Get out.
New Jerusalem.
No.
I don't know who that is. New vaudeville band. Don't know who that is either. The new Pornographers.
Bro Busters didn't suck. They're the best band out of Canada you've never listened to.
Yeah, who was the other band? Oh, it was Porno for Pyros. The new Pornographers for Pyros. They should do a... Might have found the
What
tag.
happens when you set your hustlers on fire? Okay? I like it.
Who was in Porno for Pyros?
It was Perry Farrell and whoever else, but that was one of his better efforts. I think Tahitian Moon was the big hit. So it's effectively Jane's Addiction, but better.
It's not a big...
Hey, low bar is still a bar, man.
Did you watch the Alice in Chains Museum of Pop Culture concert that they did? They gave Alice in Chains a Lifetime Achievement Award.
No, I was unaware of
Well,
that, and with them being a thing.
Well, there's a lot of new... All right, so that's all the new bands, actually. So, I'm going to pull this up, and I'm actually going to give you the artists. So I'm gonna. If I give you the artists, you name the song they cover. Would that be easier?
Maybe.
Let's see. AIC. Museum of Pop Culture. Was it Pop? No, Museum Pop Culture Founders Awards 2020 honoring Alice in Chains. So, I'm going to give you... So, Alice in Chains opened with Your Decision. And then Ann Wilson. Ann and Nancy Wilson from Heart did what song as a tribute? This is actually more entertaining. What would you love to hear? What would you love to hear Ann Wilson belt out in that voice?
Shut.
Nope. Wrong album. Biggest single. The biggest single they had.
Wood?
Rooster.
Ah.
She did Rooster. And then you had Dave Navarro, Chris Chaney, whom I'm not familiar with, Taylor Hawkins, whom you are familiar with.
What the foo?
And Corey Taylor.
Goodness.
Doing what song? On Facelift.
I won't play nice trying to put albums and songs together right now.
Well, I'll give you a hint. On Facelift, the songs you've heard on Facelift are We Die Young, Man in the Box, Sea of Sorrow, Love, Hate, Love, and It Ain't Like That.
Them doing Man in the Box would be incredible.
They did Man in the Box.
All right. I like multiple choice a lot better in this round.
Duff McKagan, Shooter Jennings did Down in a Hole, which was good. What song did Korn do? It was surprisingly not bad, actually. From Dirt. One of the big ones. I'll give you a hint. It was either Them Bones, Rain When I Die, or Wood.
Wood.
It was Wood. It was actually not bad, but it was tuned down like a minor third, like a step, and so it was very
make a grim song even more grim.
Even more grim.
Wow.
But Head did the background vocal, and like it wasn't bad. Like I know you don't like Korn, but it's actually not bad. Nancy Wilson, Mark Lanigan did Brother, and it was so pretty.
Dude, Mark Lanigan is the unsung grunge superhero.
It was
Screaming Trees and his work with Queen of the Stone Age are incredible.
Mm-hmm. How do you like the Surly brewing? It's good, isn't it?
It evaporated. How dare you?
Well, there you got. You got some more. I got a little bit of Lagunitas left, so if you want the rest of that,
hey, end of the year is going to be a lot of fun, y'all.
Hey, we're hanging out tomorrow and we're not even recording it.
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with Fishbone?
The jazz funk what the fuckery is incredible.
What song did they do? Off of Dirt. They were there. They did a song on Dirt. Them Bones. They did Them Bones and a jazz fusion. It's not terrible. It's weird, but it's not terrible.
Did they improvise Them Fishbones.
They should have. And by the way, it's weird, but it's not terrible. It is a great album title.
That's a good anything title.
That's fair. You don't know any of those, so I'm not going to go there. Who did... All right, what did Mastodon do? I might have told you this already. So what song did Mastodon do? And it was not on Dirt, and it was not on Facelift. It was on Three-Legged Dog. And it wasn't slow. Again.
I think you
It's
played
so
that
good
for me.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's fucking good. Kim Thale and Shayna Shepherd did It Ain't Like That, but so what did Chris Novoselic and Kim Thale? Right, you won't get it because you haven't heard it. They did one of the new songs, "Drone," on the new album. So Chris doing bass and Kim Thale playing. So a sloppy bass player and a sloppy guitar player doing a slinky, sexy song. And there's two girls who were singing it, and it's fucking awesome. We need to listen to that on the way to wherever we end up.
All right.
Black Gives Way to Blue, the piano ballad at the end. Lily Cornell.
His daughter,
Chris Cornell's daughter did it. It's so pretty, and I cried when I heard it. Damn it. And then you got...
Okay, Express Yourself. That was one of the other hindrances in my previous.
What?
That I was too robotic. Well, here, now, I'll express myself, and...
Madonna would be proud.
He does not... I don't erupt well. When the going's bad...
Hey... You play your cards
very
right.
sideways.
I'll be the judge of that. Mark Lanigan.
My poker face got a bit broken with the current misses.
Mm-hmm. What song would you love to hear Mark Lanigan do and a tribute to their acoustic MTV Unplugged?
Dude, if Lanigan did Rooster, that would be face melting.
Opening song. What'd they come out to? Alice in Chains
Brother?
Unplugged. No, that was the second song.
What songs are on albums?
Legume. Nutshell.
They don't have a song called Peanut. What the fuck?
No. Allison or Soundgarden with
Don't you run away like I used to do.
Here we go. This one was good too.
That's the brother.
Soundgarden with Tad Doyle singing and Mike McCready on lead. What song? It was on Dirt. Right before Wood. Lane Staley wrote this song. Angry Chair.
Damn.
That was really good, too. Like, it was really, really good. The Mike McCready played the solo, and Soundgarden was the backing band, and Tad Doyle actually did the vocals. It was really good.
My mind was quite blown when I discovered what Tad was.
They had some good ones, but he doesn't look anything...
He just didn't... Like, it's grunge band that didn't make it. Like, these songs sound incredible. But no, like 3 years in, like your band didn't make it.
Neither did Green River, or a
well,
lot of
the
those
fact
bands.
that Andy Wood died really hindered Green River.
Let's try again. Wrong band.
Wasn't he part of that?
No, he was not in Green River.
Well,
MLB.
Mother Love Bone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He was in Mother Love Bone, not in Green River.
And then Green River was Proto Pearl Jam.
If only you had built a laptop to give us the... Green River was an American rock band in Seattle. Jeff Ament, Mark Arm. Yeah, so it had some in it, but Steve Turner, but it did not have... Didn't have him in it. Jeff Ament, Mark Arm, Steve Turner, Alex Vincent, Stone Gossard. So yeah, half of Pearl Jam. Well, Green River went on to form Mother Love Bone, and then Pearl
It's
Jam.
Proto. All right.
Mm-hmm. Proto. Good band name. Good band. Do you think White Noise is a good album name for the next one for me? Or I thought about naming it something different. I don't
Which one? I haven't done anything with the artwork. I still have a tube TV that may or may not eat my power bill for the beginning of next year, but I can still pretend to do a thing if you're so inclined.
Billy Corgan did Check My Brain acoustic, and it's not that great, actually. And then Alice in Chains did No Excuses, and then Eric and Encarnacion did Black Gives Way to Blue. But Lily Cornell did it better. She looks really like him. Like, it's very, very eerie. Do we do famous people born on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? It's not a big list.
Can we do a thing? Say, hey, people we don't know.
Yeah,
sure.
It's very quick.
Either side.
I have New Year's Eve
off my screen.
If you do New Year's Day, I'll do New Year's Eve.
All right, one of my favorite U2 songs. You
gonna move in mysterious ways?
New Year's Day, nothing changes.
But are you gonna Bloody Sunday me?
Like, we don't care much for the band, but they do have some good ones.
They have some good ones.
And
the rest of that's yours.
Nothing changes.
Cheers, you.
Quite good. High five my face.
We're still live, so that's good. The phone hasn't died yet. The power bank actually charges it really, really quickly, but doing a live video not plugged, it saps it really quickly.
What's up, Allison? What are you just talking about?
Do you want to go one for one? I don't have music. I type musicians, but it also says other people. So, although technically,
yeah, but sift it out. Like anything that looks familiar.
Anthony Hopkins, December 31st, 1937. He's a New Year's Eve baby.
The actor?
Yes, but he's also a musician. He's a composer. Yes. He graduated from the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama in 1957 when he was 20. That's incredible. He's 82 years old. 83 tomorrow. So we're going toe-to-toe. I got Eve, you got Day.
You got Eve, I got Day.
Yep.
Wait, you got Eve, I got Day.
Yeah.
Making sure.
I'm going to boiler maker my coffee.
You're going to like the way you taste. What?
I can't reach it. Believe me, I've tried.
Come on, Brian Warner.
He's my favorite Warner brother.
I like Groucho.
I also have Val Kilmer, who now looks like a fat dude trying to cosplay Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer now looks more like Pete Holmes, who looks like Val Kilmer.
He looks like Pete Holmes cosplaying Val Kilmer. Who you got for New Year's Day? Anybody like?
I'm having difficulty getting this off the ground.
How old is Val Kilmer?
60.
On the dot. Steve, he's 60 years old. Born in L.A.K. He was in California, C.A. L.A. Yeah, he was born in Los Angeles.
L.A.C.A.?
Yeah. Jesus. He was in he was Batman and Batman Forever. That didn't age very well. I should know.
Yeah.
I got another one if you're not ready. Donna Summer. December 31st, 1948. She died May 17th, 2012.
You never watched Ricky Bobby, so you would not appreciate when I posted the scene from the movie when Ving Rhames or Michael something that looked like
Clark Duncan?
yes.
Yeah, he's dead too.
When he died, I posted this thing of like him having done this silly Donna Summer bit
I
in
bet
that
was
movie.
amazing.
Like it's just this gigantic man paying tribute to Donna Summer.
She was a fox back in the day. Good Lord. LaDonna Adrian Gaines. But she went by Donna Summer. Look at that.
How big are the holes in that laptop?
It's your laptop, so I didn't measure
It's
it.
been yours for a hot minute. What?
John Denver.
Sunshine on my goddamn shoulders.
December 31st, 1943. What year did John Denver pass away? This is a lot longer ago than I thought it was.
99.
97. He was 54.
Did he and Sonny Bono have the same instructor?
I don't know. I don't think that's what he died of, was it?
Plane crash, ski crash?
He was Sonny Bono was a ski accident. Evidently, John Denver was actually a really nice dude. But his name was Henry John Duschendorf. Can't imagine where his ancestors used to live.
Austria.
October 12th, 1997, he'd passed away. He looks like a celebrity that's not John Denver in that picture. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like,
Yeah,
it looks like
it looks like a guy with generous cheekbones.
extremely. And he's super
But
nice dude.
I gotta say,
Where was he?
happily confuse John Venner and John Ritter a lot.
He was born in Roswell. That's awesome.
New Mexico.
Yes. That's awesome.
And he's old enough that he was atomic, so...
The Legal Aliens. His band should have been the Legal Aliens. I win. I win the day. I win one free Wednesday. Do you have one for New Year's Day yet?
No. I'm having a really tough time because, like, whatever I'm looking up keeps popping up on yours.
Bebe Neuwirth.
Apparently,
American actress, singer, and dancer. She played Lilith Stern and Fraser Cain's wife on Cheers. She also was Velma Kelly in Chicago. Okay, so she was on Broadway. And Morticia Addams and Addams Family in 2010.
Oh, I.
But look, she looks like she could be Morticia Addams, so... She's 61.
Defrizz that hair and we'll talk.
I don't fucking care. You shave it for all I care. Steve, you know who else was born? December 31st, 1977. Oppa Gangnam Style. PSY. Whose name is Park Jae-sung.
Psy.
Park Jae-sung, known professionally as Psy, is a South Korean singer, rapper, songwriter, and record producer. December 21st, 2012, the video for Gangnam Style came out. The End of the World. That's what started it. The video for that started the End of the World. Remember we had the End of the World
Play party.
play party. I still got it
Yeah.
up.
Mine popped up
Somewhere.
from a FaceBase from 8 years ago. I was like, yep.
We did it.
And my quib was Lenny Bruce is not afraid.
Yeah. I would rather date Lenny Bruce than your old Bruce. Current Lenny Bruce.
One's dead and one's dead to rights.
By the way, that made a great Boilermaker. In case you... Psy is 42 in the Gangnam District. Who would have known?
Wait, you actually live in the place that you're making fun of? Way to go, dude.
It is the 6th most viewed video on YouTube with 3.2 billion views. And you know what it's not for? The music. You know what it is for? The video. Because of not him.
Goofy nonsense.
I was going a sexier route with that.
I never saw it. Don't care. The rest of the internet. The rest of the internet delivers.
We will
more
talk.
Harder.
Ben Kingsley. Okay, he's an actor.
Frank Langella from Dracula, Good Night, Good Luck, and Superman Returns.
Paul Westerberg. The Replacements.
J.D. Salinger from The Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, nice.
And he wrote something else that popped up way later. Like, you did something incredible by the time you're in your 50s and then just vanished. He wrote this. It's torturing every high school sophomore forever. And then, hey, there's the other book, and then you die in 2010. You bastard.
You do know who Paul Westerberg, The Replacements, semi-alternative rock band of the 1980s.
I like my version better.
Oh.
Ellen Nordegren.
Bless you.
The not quite widow of Tiger Woods.
Oh.
She'll be 41. That's my favorite Steel Panther song. It's just like Tiger Woods.
Yep.
That song's so fun.
Brooklyn and Bailey McKnight are social media entertainers born in 99, so I'm going to keep scrolling.
I got another keep scrolling. 45 Junior, 77.
Ugh. No.
What's up, hairpiece?
Kill it before it lays eggs. Lance Reddick, December 31st, 1962.
About as fascist-ish, Nicholas Sparks from The Notebook, 65.
Ugh.
In Cheerier news, Scotty N, 63.
Really?
1963.
Okay, 1960. He's not 63.
That now makes him
57.
53 plus.
50,
Yeah,
50, he'll be 57.
So
He still looks great. You know who he's married to?
Which porn star?
Pearl Aday. Last name Aday. Who else's last name is Aday? Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Scott Ian is married to
I remember hearing
Meatloaf's
this,
daughter.
and I'll never remember it.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Mini-Me, Vern Troyer.
Andrew Taggart from the Chainsmokers.
That's the band that CJH keeps joking about. Like, I've never heard them, but if he hates them, I got a feeling I will too.
You know, Beato did a What Makes This Song Great on the Chainsmokers. That's the only one I haven't watched. Nope, that's not the only one I haven't watched.
He's got a lot.
Yeah. There's a couple I haven't. That's one of the ones I haven't watched. Andy Summers. The Police. Andy Summers from The Police. December 31st, 1942. Interesting.
Makes him a very old cop at 78.
Well, he is English, and they don't carry guns, so he hasn't killed anybody.
Or vice versa.
Yet. There is still time. He probably lives in America now. Who else you got? I knew Vern Troyer was New Year's Day when you said it.
Actor from The Wire that I never watched, or Oz that I never watched.
From Oz?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
HBO crime dramas? No.
Burton Cummings from The Guess Who. Haven't seen many of that.
The Guess Who has the curious thing of being a Canadian rock band from the 70s during the height of the Beatles or the Stones. And just never making it as big as either of them.
The Guess or The Who.
Never mind, The Who remained colossal.
Mm-hmm.
My list ran out.
Mine too. That means our time ran out.
Yeah. They're quite good. However, they had precious few massive songs.
Yeah.
But they literally have no time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It was more of a got no time. No time. And American Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Butchered by Lenny Kravitz.
I love Lenny Kravitz's version.
No.
I love it. I love it.
You're lucky this can's empty. I'll throw it at you.
I gave it to you. You can't hit me with my own can. I'm not that flexible.
I'm not fishing out the empty beer can to throw it at you, but no. No. It's not good.
I like it better. We can disagree about a couple of things. We don't disagree about much. We don't disagree about much, but this is one. I like Lenny Kravitz's version better. Only because I prefer my rock musicians black and afroed. Man, it's going to be a long rock day. Well, Steve, this is the last podcast.
It's going to be a long rest of the year. How dare you?
I'll see you tomorrow.
30 hours of it.
This is the last episode of 2020. We put a lot of episodes in, and we have over almost 1,300 downloads, which is unbelievable.
Suckers.
We are going to do this on location once on location is an acceptable thing socially. And with that, we're going to go eat. Well,
yep.
He's Steve.
He's AJ.
And Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of
overpriced trooper. Because that's hilarious. There was one at Pull Apart, but it had the rectangle lights. It's not as cool. But it was red. So
maybe it was a Goof Trooper.
Go with that.
Goof Trooper.
Goof Trooper.
Goof Trooper.
Goof Trooper.
Goof Trooper.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night. Good luck. And see you fuckers next year.
Bam.
Boom.